Hello everybody, Derek here. We are usually posting these videos up on YouTube, but unfortunately for these WWE videos, it's a little bit trickier. We're operating under fair use, of course, but sometimes the auto copyright, whatever you want to call it, the auto copyright machine automatically takes our videos down, and it kind of makes it a little bit harder than it should be. So for this video, we are going to play the audio from the video, and we're going to put some Fire Pro Wrestling over top of it. I am going to urge you to check in the description or check in the comments for a link to our Vimeo account, and we're going to put the video there for this one. So don't watch this YouTube video. Go to the Vimeo video. That's my recommendation. But if you're too lazy to click on that and you've somehow stuck it out this far, enjoy this Fire Pro Wrestling gameplay.
What the hell? He's looking at one of our crew members. Oh no! A lightning bolt has just struck that TV crew
Hello everybody, and welcome to the 6th episode of the Best Match Ever. I am your host, Derek Stone, and I am being joined by 3 of the brightest minds in professional wrestling. And today we are going to talk about a match that includes Kane, the Big Red Machine, who recently just won his first ever political match, I guess you can call it.
Sure.
And we are going to be talking about classic WWF Attitude Era right now. And when I think classic WWF Attitude Era, I'm thinking of the music of the man himself, Jim Johnson. Everybody, let's start off with Hank Huckabee. Who is your favorite, or excuse me, what is your favorite WWF Attitude Era theme?
My favorite Attitude Era theme has got to be Gangrel and the Brood.
He had like a badass theme and a badass entrance too. Mm-hmm. I love that entrance so much. Owen Johnson, who is or what is your favorite WWF theme?
Mine would have to be The Undertaker's as he was transitioning into the Ministry of Darkness Undertaker. That theme was very heavy metal because like the character was very heavy metal of like, I'm going to crucify you on this symbol of mine and sacrifice you and marry you, Stephanie McMahon.
And also I'm really into dark synth.
Yes.
I imagine Undertaker at like one of those like gothic raves that you see in like old 90s action movies every once in a while.
Like Blade.
Yeah.
The beginning of Blade.
Beginning of Blade.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I think of when you say raves in 1990s movies.
Raves that are way into the devil, which is probably all raves, if you think about it. Chris Blasco, your favorite classic theme song from WWF?
Yeah, all the Undertaker theme songs are really good, but there's one specific remix that I'm really into, and that is when the corporation and the ministry joined together and they remixed both songs into the corporate ministry theme song. So it's like a guitar-heavy version of the Undertaker's theme song, but you've got the No Chance in Hell lyrics going in the background, and it sounds so cool. And it was only used for a short amount of time, but I still think it holds up as a really good theme song.
And for me, if you think about WWF theme songs, you got to go with the Sexy Boy, HBK, the greatest theme song of all time.
So is it concerning that outside of Derek we all picked like super gothy themes?
Everybody was way into the devil, but I was way into the Sexy Boy, HBK.
Yes, everyone was into the devil and laser pointers in the 90s.
Well, speaking of the devil and laser pointers, we shift over to this classic match from The Undertaker versus Kane, an Inferno Match, where the objective of the match is to light your opponent on fire. Owen Johnson, we have tasked you to give us a little bit of background and get us started on this match.
Okay, so Kane debuted And he kept trying to just get Undertaker mad and wanting him to fight. And Undertaker was like, I'm not going to fight you, brother. Nothing will ever make me fight you. But then Kane did just all kinds of disturbing things, like digging up in Undertaker's parents' graves.
The fire! The hot fire! We will send you straight to hell!
Oh, no.
And they fought at the WrestleMania prior to Unforgiven 98, leading up to it.
And this is the WrestleMania where Pete Rose makes his debut and has the greatest heel promo of all time. The City of Losers. Yes. I love that promo so much.
You know, I left tickets for Bill Butner, but he couldn't bend over to pick them up. How about it?
Speaking of the World Series and great tradition here in Boston with the Red Sox.
Well, they call it the Curse of the Bambino. Right here. The City of Losers.
Easy.
Yeah, like, you get a lot of, like, let's call them, like, outside of wrestling celebrities that come in and, you know, they get inducted into the Hall of Fame. That's how you get, like, Donald Trump or Schwarzenegger or whatever. But Pete Rose in the Wrestling Hall of Fame just feels right because of how, like, iconic that segment is.
Oh, yeah.
And also, he can't get into the other Hall of Fame.
All right, so I'll just start with the entrances and then we'll go from there. So Kane comes out first with Paul Bearer, and as you notice, this is a match where you have to set your opponent on fire, and Kane just happens to be wearing a sleeve on one of his arms. Interesting.
How convenient.
Yeah.
Huh.
And Taker's out second. You notice he's sleeveless. So, another interesting thing to notice.
He also has like a little tear on his cheek as well, which is
yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, how do we feel about the Taker teardrop era?
Was this an era or
I'm
was
not
this
a fan.
Special one night only thing?
No, he had it for a while.
Okay, I completely missed it. Huh.
What is the purpose of the teardrop?
Like, did Taker kill a guy in prison?
Like,
that
is
we
that
don't know
is that
about?
what they're seriously referencing with that?
Yeah, and like this is happening at Unforgiven, and on the Unforgiven poster, Taker's like holding out his hand, and there's just a cross on it.
Yeah.
Not even an upside down cross. It's just a cross. Like, he's just picking random symbols and just putting them on his body.
Yeah. Yeah, wrestling was way into using Christian imagery at this point, like the late 90s.
Late 90s, and its edginess is, oof.
Yeah, I'm glad we're past that.
Right. Aleister Black is gone now. We're free. Everything's fine. There's no more satanic crosses everywhere.
Aleister Black, like, the stuff he does is not nearly as bad as the stuff that was happening in the late 90s, though. Like,
True.
his thing is just he dresses like that and like a Satanist, and that's it. Like, they don't make it into a story. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't watch too much NXT, but they haven't really made it
I
into
don't
a
think they have.
storyline. Yeah, so it's like, if he was a character in the late 90s, then he'd be out there like sacrificing goats in the middle of the ring on Raw.
Yeah,
that
I
sounds
mean,
pretty good.
I'm just thinking about if they made it into a storyline, how Morrow would describe it. He'd be like Iron Maiden says, the number of the beast, and here is our champion, Aleister Black, or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Man, someone needs to go back and just like do like Morrow impressions over Attitudes Era.
Oh, man.
all right, our match begins, and we have the flames get lit.
Yes, I have a live report from 8-year-old Derek Stone, who is currently in the Greensboro Coliseum at this time, believe it or not. It is now slightly warmer in the Greensboro Coliseum than it was a couple of minutes ago, and I am very terrified about either Kane or Undertaker's hair accidentally catching on fire.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes, both these men came to the ring with extra wet hair this time.
Yes.
Yes, but still, it is very long, and I am very nervous. Even like 20, what is it? 20 years? Holy shit! 20 years later, like I just get nervous watching this match because anything can go wrong.
There's not a ton of separation between the front row and that fire.
Yeah, it's basically just along the ring apron, right? It's kind of hard to tell once the camera goes like hard camera, like
Yeah.
where the wrestlers and the ropes and the ring and everything is in relation, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty far out of the ring.
So every time there's a big move that happens during the match, the flames just suddenly rise up. And the only way you can possibly explain this is because of the magic that The Undertaker and Kane possesses.
That's right. Well, it has to be Kane because Kane has power over fire. Undertaker only has power over lightning, so it has to be Kane. Even when Kane is getting slammed into the ring, like maybe that's what causes it to happen. Whenever a big move happens, the magic explodes out of him and it turns into flames shooting as high as the ring ropes get.
It's usually after a move, and I always thought like, oh, you like hit the ring, and that's like to emphasize the impact. So like when you hit the ring, the flames jump.
Yeah,
also.
the impact.
Right, you would think that, but like a little bit later in the match, like they were just like choking each other, and like
It just kind of goes crazy.
Yeah, it was like the most anime shit you could think of.
And then somehow Paul Bearer gets a chair into the ring, and we have an unprotected chair shot. And can I just say that unprotected chair shots are the grossest thing for me to watch in wrestling?
Yeah,
Like
especially
it's just awful, especially with what we know about concussions and CTE, and like, it's
watching this now. You hear JR say, "You talk about concussion city" when he hits him with the chair, and you're like, come on.
Did he actually say that?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, he did.
Put him in the fire! You're talking about Concussion City.
I mean, concussions used to be a joke, man. Like, people would joke about that stuff. People would talk
Yeah.
about getting your bell rung. So it was definitely at this time that mental health like that, or brain health, wasn't as much of a concern as it is now.
Definitely.
So after this, Kane gets knocked over the top rope, and we see Kane just start to leave, and like JR's like, "Where's Kane going? Why is he leaving? What's he doing?" And then Vader shows up because Kane had like taken Vader out a couple months ago, and Vader's back. He beats up on Kane back towards the ring. Undertaker sees this and does his over the top rope dive.
It's so good.
Yeah,
and
that
like
looks so cool.
Yeah, one thing I noticed though, Vader didn't help catch the Undertaker at all. He just
Didn't he?
Damn it, Vader.
Yeah, he was there, but like Kane basically caught Undertaker. Vader didn't do much catching, I noticed.
I like that dive so much just because, besides the fact that it looks awesome and it always does, like they were kind of like telling the story of, well, he can't get out of the ring because there's fire, so
Yeah.
he can't get to Kane, but how is he going to get out there? And this is how he did it. He just like jumped over the top and dove onto him. It was awesome.
Yeah, this was the part of the match where we finally got a shot of the guy controlling the flames. And
Fire DJ.
yeah, and he 100% exactly looks like what you imagine a guy whose job it is to control flames in wrestling would look like. Like, he just has like long hair, and I think he had like a Pantera shirt
Kind
on.
of looks like Kenny G.
Oh yeah, Kenny G. Yeah, sure, you can go with that. But yeah, his I think Paul Bearer like tried to like convince him to like raise the wall of fire so Undertaker couldn't get out. So I think that was the story that they were going with. But yeah, it was really
Yeah,
cool.
Paul Bearer just starts yelling at this poor fire DJ, and he just kind of has his hands on the knobs and looks at him just befuddled.
Well, I don't know. Like, I think Paul Bearer, like, he yelled at him. He said, like, "Bring the flames up," and the fire DJ was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." And he just kind of like hit all the knobs on the thing, like, "Let's do it." This guy's never escaping.
He just goes over to the fire DJ, "Make the bass drop."
But yeah, he like raised the wall, so that's what prevented Undertaker from jumping over the rope, or that's what prevented him from leaving the ring. But he eventually left by jumping over the ropes and doing a really cool dive spot.
Yeah. And after this just becomes like a hardcore match for a little while. There was a band playing, And so they went up
excuse me. This band, you're talking about Jeff Jarrett's country band here?
Oh, yeah. I forgot this was the pay-per-view where that happened.
Yeah, there was an attack on Steve Blackman right before this, right?
Yes. Once again, live report from 8-year-old Derek Stone in the Greensboro Coliseum. Jeff Jarrett's not that good at country music, and he should never try again.
Like boys like me. Man, some girls do.
He's definitely like the second best country music band in wrestling behind Kurt Hennig's West Texas Rednecks.
Oh yeah, it's not even close.
I love country girls. I like Willie Nelson. And don't forget about Merle. There's only one thing that I hate, 'cause it's a bunch of crap. I hate rap.
They had a legitimate charting single. Jeff Jarrett came nowhere close to that.
Yeah.
Like I said, it becomes a hardcore match, and Taker just literally drops the bass onto Paul Bearer's head by dropping a bass drum onto his head. And then for whatever reason, Undertaker like grabs a mic stand nearby and just like starts pushing it onto Paul Bearer like he's trying to squeeze fat out because Paul Bearer wants to lose weight or something. And then Kane tries a sneak attack, but Undertaker dodges, and at this point they're back towards the ring. Undertaker pushes Kane into the fire. Specifically the part of Kane that is in a sleeve on his arm. See, I told you that would come back. And then Kane runs away because he's afraid of fire.
Did anyone notice like two things about Kane getting lit on fire? One, he very temporarily put his unsleeved arm in the fire. So props to him for being a madman. Also, we see a lot of Inferno matches end where like someone gets lit on fire and you assume it's like some fire retardant gel or something they put it on there. But if you go back and look at this, I think Kane just put on a second sleeve.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Yeah, because you could see it melting or something. And I'm like, that's weird.
I think it's funny that like the only people you could have in these matches are people whose clothing attires allows it. So like, like MVP
like
had the
Stone Cold
body
Steve
suit.
Austin would never lose an Inferno match.
Yeah, exactly. Like you know who's gonna lose based on who is wearing the most clothing.
Right. Undertaker somehow gets back in the ring. He celebrates by using his spooky Undertaker powers to make the lights all turn purple. And then I guess since he beat Kane, he stole Kane's fire powers because the fire and flames like do poofs of flames, so like it shoots up into the air and it's flying around.
I think Undertaker and Kane can both do fire and lightning.
I think you're wrong. I think this is a Mega Man type situation where whenever you defeat your enemy, you take their power.
Yeah,
that's true because
like
Bray
that.
Wyatt did that, and he had fire and lightning.
He had fire and lightning.
Yeah.
So
some of these like demon like characters, that's kind of their deal. You got to defeat someone and take their power. You become the robot master.
Yeah, it was a goofy match, but was it the best match ever? Let's bring up the list here. Where does everybody want to start at ranking this? Do we want to start
above 5?
Let's go. Is it better than WLC?
See here, here's the problem. It's definitely above number 5. I don't think it's above WLC.
I'm in the same park as you.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I could see it.
Like it's definitely something to watch, but there's nothing like there's a couple of like pretty cool spots, like especially the Undertaker diving over the rope is like very cool visually and it's very cool visually, right? And then
even with the stunts though, the WLC had better stunts.
Exactly.
Yeah, it had like 3 stunts that were really cool, and this one has 1.
We are all in agreement here. It seems like that the fifth best match of all time.
Yeah, it's now in the number 5 spot.
Yeah, New Japan is kicked down to number 6, and taking over the 5 spot is Kane versus The Undertaker in an Inferno match.
Sorry, Kane and Undertaker, but at least you're not worse than the Gracies.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So on that note, we're going to wrap up the show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and watching, and we'll catch you all next time.